So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook. We've been live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody. Like us and follow us, and I'm going to be sharing this show afterwards. And so I want you to meet my next guest, who's also a newbie with me. I have with me Dr. Chambers, and he's the owner of Foot and Ankle Wellness. Welcome to the show. You have to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and listen up, because he's one of the only ones that we think, only the only ones that is going to be talking about something that you guys need to hear about. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here today. I'm originally from the East Valley, and recently I returned to the East Valley and got a practice here, and I'm just happy to be back here in my hometown, taking care of patients, providing things that I think is best
People's
for them.
feet.
People's feet, yes. I take care of stinky feet.
But you know what? You said today that you had something that you really wanted to talk about, and that you're almost positive that you're one of the only podiatrists in the Valley that does this. So what is it that you do that no one else has?
Well, that's a great question. I use a technology called frequency-specific microcurrent, and what that is it uses microcurrent, which is electricity, to treat specific things. There's various frequencies that are directed towards different problems like inflammation, nerve problems, and things like that. And so one of the most common things as a podiatrist that I see is something called plantar fasciitis. Heel spurs is a common name for it, heel pain. So I'm able to use that in conjunction with some of my other treatments. Since I started using this technology, I haven't taken anybody to surgery.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what plantar fasciitis is, number one. Okay, so what is it?
So that's a great question. I get people that come into my office all the time with heel pain. 90+% of the time is going to be plantar fasciitis. The plantar fascia is kind of like a ligament or a tendon on the bottom of our foot, and it helps to support our arch. And so for various reasons, such as sometimes weight gain, sometimes bad shoes, in the Valley we're always wearing sandals that aren't good for our feet, really. And so that can develop heel pain over time. And so that can cause inflammation, and it just becomes a big pain. And I tell you, that's probably one of the most common things that I take care of in my clinic.
Is plantar fasciitis associated with diabetes?
No, not directly, no.
No, okay. But anybody can have it?
Anybody can have it. I developed it myself during my undergraduate education at Northern Arizona University.
Is that what made you become a podiatrist?
No, it's just coincidental. But I've had it myself. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or 80 years old. I have patients that ask me, is this because I'm just getting old? Everything's just falling apart? I'm like, no, I've had it since I was 24, 25.
So this is something that everyone is, can we get everybody entered into win? What we're going to do is a custom orthotics, which you say is very helpful. What's the reason why they're so great? Why do people love them?
So the custom orthotics are designed specifically for each individual's foot. It's especially helpful for plantar fasciitis because it helps to take the strain and the workload off of the muscles and the plantar fascia in the bottom of the foot, which is great. It's one of the big keys to treating plantar fasciitis.
So we're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to get entered into win. This is a custom pair of orthotics. It's a $400 value, free to you or someone that you know.
Correct.
You don't have to have plantar fasciitis to get these. They're good for everybody. Almost everyone should be wearing them.
Most everybody does very well with them.
So the number to call here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check them out on their website, which is footandAnkleAZ.com. You can also call them direct. Their phone number is 480-985-3730. But call in here, get entered into win, and see if you would love these for orthotics. I think that most people love them. It doesn't matter if you have plantar fasciitis or not. Everybody should be wearing them. This is a custom pair, and it is a $400 value, free to you. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Why, if somebody's having pain and they're like, maybe they're having a diabetic foot problem, why should they come to you and not an urgent care?
Well, urgent cares are great for many things. I feel that as a foot specialist, I think that why take a a back road to get to me, unless your insurance requires it. You're going to get the best quality care from someone like myself versus going to the emergency room, versus going to an urgent care, which is going to cost you more money than anything that if you would have just come to me in the first place.
Do they have to have a doctor's recommendation to come to you? How does it work?
Most of the time, no. It just depends on the insurance company.
See, so you don't necessarily have that. Most people think that.
Yeah. I get a lot of patients all the time that'll call up and say, I have to get a referral, and then we check their insurance, and we're like, no, you don't. Absolutely, you could just come straight in here. We'll get you taken care of.
So we're going to talk about this. Doctor is one of the only, and he's almost positive the only podiatrist that in the Valley that offers this microcurrent technology, and it is for plantar fasciitis, but anything else?
Yeah, so I've been using it for quite a few things. Plantar fasciitis, actual true heel spurs. I've been using it on a few patients, and I've been seeing some results with that. Some patients with neuromas. So primarily all things related to pain, and it's been very successful with many of these things.
Let me tell you something, folks. I had, when I was younger, spurs, and they were very painful. I couldn't put on a pair of slippers sometimes.
They can be.
And I had to have both feet. This was like 40 years ago practically. I'm serious, but it is. And they didn't in those days. What did they do? They grounded them down, and it was not so fun.
No.
But today it's different, and you can help, and maybe it's this that they could try.
And some things in the end I can't get better without surgery. At the same time, I do offer surgical intervention. I think that I'm probably one of the most conservative podiatrists in the Valley. I really do my best to try to keep my patients out of the OR, and so that's when I was discovering and implementing this treatment protocol for the plantar fasciitis. It's been great. I've been doing it for about 6 months now, and like I said, I haven't taken anybody to the OR. People who haven't responded to traditional treatments, I've been able to do this, and they've been great.
Isn't it nice to know a doctor that doesn't want to take the knife on you? Not right away anyway. You might have to in certain circumstances, but it's nice to know that you're wanting to go that extra step just to make sure. Now, their phone number direct, it's 480-985-3730. You can call in here. You can get entered into win. Right now, he's giving away a pair of custom orthotics. This is a $400 value, free to you or anyone you know. And you don't have to have plantar fasciitis. It could be whatever it is that you're dealing with, and any age, correct?
Correct.
So, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check them out on their website. It is footandAnkleAZ.com. So another question to ask you, what's the most, you think is the most thing that you see is the plantar fasciitis, or what do you see most of?
So that's one of the most, bunions. That's one of the second most common things I see is bunions. And there's a lot of things to be done for that to try to keep my patients out of the operating room. But when it's so bad, sometimes I just have to. And so something to talk about in another show will be our non-surgical bunion treatments that we offer in our clinic. And that's a whole other segment altogether.
Okay. And so what are the things that you see? What would you give as an advice to the people out there that are listening? It's the summertime, so people's shoes are coming off, right?
People's shoes are coming off. People are getting hot. They don't want to wear good shoes.
So what do you think about sandals?
Sandals are, they have their place, and there are better sandals. Not all sandals are created equally. So making sure you invest in a pair of sandals that actually have support versus some of them are just pretty much a thin sheet of cardboard almost.
Right. So the ones we like to wear.
The ones that you like to wear.
Right.
But there are some really good brands out there that do actually offer support, and there's more and more readily available. 10, 15 years ago, almost all sandals were created equally.
Right. But you know what? We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a pair of orthotics, and it is custom-made orthotics, which makes them special, and they're for anyone, any age. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100, and that's a $400 value, free to you or anyone you know. We're going on. It's great to have you on.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, you know what, guys? This is the thing. Everybody's got foot pain. I know, and when your feet hurt, your whole body hurts, right?
That's right.
Give them a call. Either call them direct at 480-985-3730, or call in here, get entered in to win these custom pair of orthotics. The number here is 602-277-5369.